Hello, good evening, Ghana. Good evening, Europe. Good afternoon, USA. Good morning, Asia. Welcome to GH Track and Field Show, where all the interviews, reviews, analysis, and criticisms in the world of track and field takes place. Today or tonight, we are actually going to dive into the latest championships, which actually took place over the week. And this promises to be exciting. And I would like to take this opportunity to also apologize to our viewers. This week, we decided to actually come your way with an interview with the University of Education Winneba students who have also qualified for the African University Games. Unfortunately, information reaching us indicates that the universities has not yet selected their athletes, and this is applicable to the University of Cape Coast as well as to the University of Development Studies. So once we have the athletes selected, we will come your way with an interview with them in order to also showcase them. We are going on just a quick break, and when we come back, let's dive into the world of track and field. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. Welcome to GH Track and Field Show, streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. In this edition, unfortunately, we will not be going into the icon segment where we introduce or we outdoor and promote our local based athletes and coaches. Unfortunately, this is not going to happen tonight or today. And we are going straight into the expert segment where we will meet an expert to dive into analysis of the just ended Ghana Open Athletics and the Wanda Diamond League. So I now bring on board Mr. Kelvin Asari, who is actually a former athlete of Achimota School and also a former athlete of the University of Ghana. He was actually with us last week. We had a very wonderful session where we dived into analysis of races which were done by some of our top guns in the world of track and field. And today he's also with us. Welcome again, Kelvin Asari.
Thank you, PK. Thank you for having me again.
All right. Okay, so viewers, we begin with an announcement which we have to actually communicate across. This is with regards to FISU games. A letter has been released by the International University Sports Federation in connection with the FISU games, which was supposed to be held in Chengdu, China, somewhere in the month of July. But June, yeah, in the month of June, I beg your pardon. Unfortunately, this has been postponed to the year 2023. So we have an official letter here, as I'm sharing on my screen. So they feel the time is not right to actually have the games. So this has been postponed to the year 2023. So this is an information to all athletes out there?
I guess I have a question, but it's not really a question to you. So,
All right.
FISU games is every 2 years, right?
Yeah,
And so, if let's say if I'm a senior now, if I'm in level 400 now,
yeah,
and
yeah,
this game is going to happen next year, am I still
yeah.
eligible to compete?
Well, I
It's
mean,
not fair.
I have no
It's
idea.
not
So
fair.
it means you miss the opportunity to actually
Yeah.
participate. Yeah, actually I was about to even ask you a question on this. I mean,
Hmm.
what would be the impact on athletes, even if you happen to be in let's say first year, second year, all right,
Hmm.
even if it's postponed to 2023, you'll still be around. What do you think would be the impact on athletes in general?
Well, it's I guess it's a personal kind of question because it would be athlete per athlete. Because think about it, let's say you are first or second year, right? Your advantage is next year you're still a student. Whether
Hmm.
you're going to be informed or not informed, that's up to you and your
Hmm.
coaching and whatever you're going to do, right? But
Yeah.
at least you know that, okay, let's say you qualified this year for 100, 200, right?
Hmm.
So at least you know that for sure you're going to run the same race next year. You're in third year, fourth year. So at least you're older, you're stronger, you're much, intelligent with your training and stuff. So
Hmm.
that's good. But again, let's say you're in your third year. Next year is your
Yeah.
final year. Now it's like everything's going to change. The dynamics is going to change. You still have a chance, but are you sure you're going to be ready? Your fourth year, final year, you have project work, you have all this stress. I mean, I've been in a situation where, look, I had to choose between finishing my project and going to Kumasi. I remember at that time, our camp was in Tech. I was in Legon. So we had to travel up, and my project was due. I was a computer science student. I had nothing done.
Mm, mm,
Truthfully, I didn't do my project. I left to go and finish, and then I had to do one more year in school. It's a
yeah.
disadvantage, but it's like, man, it's so hard.
Mm,
It is so
mm,
hard. If it was me in my first,
mm,
second year, I'll be like, fine, I have a chance, so I'll take my time, slow down my training,
yeah.
start again, this time with FISU in mind. But if
Okay.
I'm a final year, I think I'll fight this.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand. And I mean, even if you are in first year, second year, you know that definitely, even if it's postponed to next year, you will still be able to participate. But the
Mhm.
question here would be, how sure are you that you'll be able to qualify? Because maybe that very year you
Yeah.
put in so much preparation, you were in your elements,
Hmm.
you know
Yep.
that you will definitely make it. The following year, you ate bad food, maybe too much KFC, too much Burger King, whatever, and
Yep.
this
A
has
check.
actually worked against you. I mean, you had, or maybe you have not been training as much as you did the previous year. I mean, it's don't you think it's actually going to affect them in one way or the other?
I mean, from an athlete's perspective, I'd say, look, you are supposed to be disciplined. At this point, those reasons that you just said are regular people's reasons. As an athlete, disciplined athlete with a coach and all of that, you cannot do that.
All
You
right,
have no excuse to say, hey, I was eating this food or I didn't prepare. No, that doesn't work. No.
all right. Hello, viewers. Once again, you are watching GH Track and Field Show, streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. We are currently in the expert segment where we analyze and review past events or championships. In this edition, we are actually going to discuss or review the Open Championships, which was held in Ghana in Cape Coast yesterday, as well as the Wanda Diamond League Doha Meet, which took place last Friday. And I'm here with Kelvin Asari, who is a former athlete of Achimota School, former athlete also of the University of Ghana, and currently um, a software engineer
Kind
in
of
the United
retired
States.
everything.
All right. Yes. Okay, so I mean, I think we were discussing about their nutrition. Too much
Yes,
KFC,
yes.
too much Burger King.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing I'll be worried about now would be injury prevention, because
Mm,
when you're in the top of your prime, right now, let's say all these guys have qualified, they're in the
yeah.
top end, like at this point
Yes.
there,
Yeah.
you have to consider, okay, do I keep pushing my training, or do I take it slow and pick it
Mm,
back up? You have to go through intervals. But this is the thing, I don't know if they're going to have to do mini gusa again,
mm,
because they
mm.
already have the team. Are they going to keep the team? Next year you have freshmen coming. You don't know if they're going to be faster. So there's so many different odds
Exactly.
against you. Yeah.
Exactly. Because that was why I was asking the question. That are you
Yeah.
really sure you'll be able to
Yeah.
qualify? Because
Qualify.
freshmen will be coming in. You don't know whether if these guys are just going to beat you hands down
Yeah.
or you are going to be better than them. I mean, there are a whole lot of
A whole
dynamics
lot of
around this.
factors. But
Yeah.
again, you are supposed to be disciplined. You cannot use those reasons to try to cloud your judgment right now. Keep your
Mm,
focus. You could be faster next year. Because if you're going to be fast this year, let's say, okay, let's put it this way. Let's say there's this 100-meter guy right now who's qualified, he's running 10.6.
yeah.
He's 10.6, 10.6. You have national champions. Like right now, they have, back in the day, we didn't have all these national championships, open championships. Now they
Mm,
have options. So even though the games is not coming on, you still have national games. I think they have one more, right? Or this is
mm.
it. They probably have
Open
one
the
more.
Open Championships.
Yeah,
I think
that's it. What is
there
it?
should be one more. I think so.
Yeah.
I think one more in Kumasi, so to
Right.
speak. Yeah. Mm,
So besides that, you have that, like if you're able to make the Commonwealth team, like you have to push yourself to have a good season. Like
mm,
this is just, one of those drawbacks. It happens. They pull
mm,
the games
mm,
back. That's fine. But there's still next year. If you're still a student next year, I would say this: try to push yourself, be disciplined, follow your training schedule. However, you got there this year, if you follow it, I bet you'll be better next year. You'll be able to compete. So don't start
mm.
doubting yourself. Oh, freshman, come on, you're a senior. Why would you let the little kid come and beat you? That's also
Mm,
my
mm.
question to you. So come on, man, do your thing. Do your thing.
Seniority doesn't really come into play here. I mean,
No,
you
it
just
doesn't.
have to you just have to show working, as someone will say.
Experience, listen,
Yeah.
experience that's come. Look at Justin Gatlin and Coleman, right?
Yeah.
Coleman came in. It's
Mm,
not like Coleman came from nowhere. I mean,
yeah.
NCAA, I watched him coming up. Trayvon Bromell beat him in college.
Mm,
DeGrassi also beat him in college. So his first
mm,
2 years, he had these two guys killing him, right? But
yeah.
somehow his junior year, this guy just took off, right? He figured something
Mm,
out.
mm,
Justin
mm,
Gatlin was the king of American sprints at that time. He
mm,
made
mm,
sure
mm,
that kid wasn't going to come and disgrace him. That kid was running faster than him, yes. But when it comes to competition, experience counts. We go round after round after round. You have all these competitions. You have to, use your experience, race planning. Like I remember right now, Azamati was asking me a question. Benjamin was like, "How is it that Gatlin? I think the last Olympics, he was just he was struggling to make the final. All of a sudden, he came second in the final. I'm like, it's called a race plan. Semi-final and final is like an hour apart. You can't go running 9.8 and expecting in the final you can repeat. Even look at Usain Bolt. It's a
mhm,
race plan. You don't
mm.
push all your energy into one race. You
Yeah.
plan it. So
Yeah.
yeah, as an experienced athlete, I'll tell you this: plan your season.
Yeah.
Plan
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. All right. Thank you very much, Kelvin Asari. Okay. So before we actually start looking at the videos, we will just have to discuss a couple of questions which actually came up during our discussion with or an interview with the University of Ghana students last week. I think this term came up, showbolting.
Oh my God. Okay.
which has taken the field by storm. I mean, everyone seems to be doing that now.
Mhm.
Why do you think this is coming up? I mean, yeah.
It's
What do you
it's
think,
marketing.
Kelvin?
I don't call it shows. I call it marketing. Look, listen. You know when a soccer player scores a goal, right?
Yeah.
They go and dance or go and do whatever. They have like 5 seconds, 10 seconds to do like a somersault, something. In athletics, we don't really have the time. After the race, nobody's really watching you because the camera is going to pan to like, something, some other event. or
Mm,
some medal ceremony going on. So
yeah.
your only chance for people to look at you, even in a
Mm-hmm.
local meet, like even at university stage, is when
Mm,
you are in the race, when you have that little 5 seconds of superstardom, you know.
mm-hmm.
So what it's like, I guess you feel confident enough that I have this under control. It's in the back. There are a few circumstances where people do it at the wrong time, right?
Mm, mm.
You're not clear. You know, like look at Usain Bolt. Before he
Yeah.
starts to showboat, the guy looks left and right first.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Make sure nobody's close to you before you start slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these kids are not good at it. In your mind, you're like, oh, I don't hear any footsteps, so I'm gonna, I'm just gonna start doing my thing. Next thing you know, somebody come passes you. That is your fault. That you can't blame anybody that just take this L.
But you know what? You know what? It happened to Justin Gatlin
Yes.
in Rio, Rio
Mm-hmm.
Olympics 2016. It happened to him.
Yep.
It happened to Sharika Jackson
Oh yeah.
at the
She was
just
out.
ended Olympic Games. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why people athletes keep on doing these kind of things. I have no idea.
It goes to race planning.
Do you think it's coming from the coaches,
Oh
or
wow.
it's coming from the athletes themselves, or because maybe it's a strategy just to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
conserve some sort of
Yeah.
energy?
Yeah. Someone like
But
Sharika, I can tell it was a strategy in her mind. Okay, I have the final in like pretty much 45 to an hour, right? I
mm-hmm,
feel like my body is trying to give up
mm-hmm,
and I want to win a medal.
yeah,
So should I run a PR in the heat or in a semifinal? Or
mm-hmm,
should I conserve that energy to medal in the final?
mm,
So the race plan was we came here for a medal. We didn't come here to run PRs because sometimes, unfortunately, that's the worst time to run a PR. The semifinal is the worst time to run a PR. You
yeah.
do like look at 2012. I'll give you
Ma-
an example.
I think we can even point to Maria Jose Talu.
Uh, she's one. It's I would say it's inexperience, but it's just race planning. Ryan Bailey
Yeah,
did the same thing 2012
yeah,
Olympics.
yeah,
In the heat, the guy went and run 9.8. That was
mm,
the fastest heat ever, and that was his PR. Like, why
yeah,
would you do that? I guess he got carried away, and he pushed himself. It's like, oh yeah, let me make my mark. And from then you could tell he started getting tired.
mm,
Like
mm,
the race, he's not getting any faster. That is your PR.
mm,
You
mm,
need a plan. You need sometimes the coach will tell you, hey, don't showboat, just run through the line. You don't have to turn, you don't have to do all those shoulders. You can still slow down without doing that. It's still conserving energy.
mm, mm,
But I
mm.
guess again, it's marketing. You just want your name out there. You want people to see you on TV and be like, oh right, this is the guy. So I don't blame them sometimes, man. I don't
Yeah,
blame
I
them. You work
understand.
9 months just for one race. Come on, man. You have to show you exist.
Oh my god. Yeah, I do understand. I do understand. Okay, great. Yeah, so I think I have one last question here
Mhm.
before we start looking at the video. So, what would really make you think of sponsoring an athlete, or maybe putting in money to sponsor even an event
Mhm.
in Ghana? So let's narrow it
Um,
down to Ghana. Yeah.
yeah, okay, let's do athletes first, then we do an event. So when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to athletes, I mean, I look at again at discipline is big for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like yes, we all have to start from the ground. Like there could be an athlete running 11.5 right now, right?
Mm,
But if you look at their dedication, them trying to learn the sport. I think our biggest challenge in Africa is learning the sport. We don't
mm,
really learn it. Like I can take any of the events. I don't if it's long jump, pole vault, whatever. If you learn the sports, right? Besides coaching, because your coach can take you this far. It's up to you to learn the sport, learn
mm-hmm.
your body. You need to
Mm-hmm.
know what works for you, what food works for you. Some people might not be good at eating beans, right? It
Yeah.
runs through them. So you have to find a new source of protein. You have to learn the sport, learn your body, find the
Mm,
right reason. Right now, internet, YouTube, everything is on YouTube. Learn. If I see such an athlete, if I see their work ethic, they might not be fast, but I wouldn't mind investing in such a guy or such a lady who is ready to put in the work.
mm,
Dedication is big for me in any sport, man. Soccer, basketball, whatever. Dedication. You have to. Yeah, it has to be a lifestyle.
mm,
I'll go for that. Now let's put event. Or events is
Okay,
dicey.
okay, okay, okay. Before you go to the event
Yes. Okay.
side,
Let's
I mean,
stay on the
yeah,
athletes.
let's stay on the athletes. I mean,
Okay.
you are talking about someone who is dedicated, who is
Yes.
putting in all the effort to become
Hmm.
a better athlete. But
Hmm.
some train really hard. They put
Yes.
in everything
Yes.
that they've got, but
Yes.
still
It
it
happens.
doesn't work out.
Hmm.
So why would you go in invested in someone, or how would you even know that this athlete really has a potential? So what sort of traits or attributes would you be really looking at
Okay.
before you really consider? Because if you're
Uh,
just looking at just someone working hard and all that,
yeah.
it might not really go too well in the
Let
long run.
me let me tell you something about working hard. If
All
you
right.
see an athlete who is running without form,
Mm-hmm.
right? But let's say he runs 11.5. He's just
Yeah.
going, right?
Mm,
Just okay. Now, this athlete is just raw talent. There's nothing
mm,
to it. He just figures, okay, I was fast back in JSS1 or something, or I just feel like that's what I want to do.
mm,
You have to look at their progression. I mean, of course, you're not going to pick an athlete who just started today. You look at their progression, let's say in the course of the year.
mm,
If they're able to go from 11.5 to say even 11.0, that's half a
mm.
second correcting something, maybe their arm swing, maybe their pickup, their knee drive, their hip form, something. And you
Yeah.
realize they're doing this, I mean, just by learning, watching YouTube, something simple. This athlete is coachable. They want to learn,
Yeah.
right? You, like I said, you don't just choose an athlete because they went from 11.5 to 10.3 in a split second. They might not be dedicated.
Mm,
It happens. If you invest such an athlete, you might regret it at some point because some point they'll be like, I'm tired. I don't want to do that. I don't want to push myself. Right. So it's called just watching the tracking an athlete, tracking their progression. Now that is how you choose somebody. There's so many factors. It's always personal. Give me a second.
all right. Hello, viewers. You are watching GH Track and Field Show. We are now in the experts segment. We are trying to dive into some questions in the world of track and field, after which we start looking at some videos from the Open Championships in Ghana, which took place specifically in Cape Coast yesterday, and also to look at the Wanda Diamond League Athletics, which took place in Doha on Friday. I'm currently in the expert segment with Kelvin Asari, who happens to be an old boy of Achimota and also alumni of the University of Ghana, who is actually a former athlete as well, and currently a software engineer. All right. So over to you again, Kelvin Asari. You were
Good.
making your submission.
Yes. So when it comes to an athlete, I mean, as a sponsor, or, as somebody trying to sponsor, you need information.
Hmm,
So I'll give you one thing. When athletes say they want to come to America, they want to come to America. We always ask them for a couple of things, right?
hmm,
First, I
hmm,
need to see I guess, your resume. When I say your resume, it includes, your academic record, right? Your transcripts. And then
hmm,
if you have any video of you running any, unfortunately, it has to be a FAT time, like an automatic time. You can't really
hmm,
post, you can't really come with your manual hand times, and, we can't take that. So we need to
hmm,
see like what race you ran, Open Championships, FISU, FASU, whatever you did, as long as it had an automatic timing where they can verify, okay, these are your stats, right?
hmm,
We can work with it. So something like that always works,
hmm,
So
hmm,
if you think about it, it's straightforward. You need to show and prove this is what you do, and the coach or whoever is trying to sponsor you or trying to bring you to a different school needs to see that I can not really benefit from you, but I mean, you can give me something because the coach also has to build their CV with athletes. Like,
Yeah.
who would want to go to a school where it's like, oh, this coach there, Charlie, he doesn't have any, athletes that are running anything. Everybody's running 12 seconds. Would you go to such a school? No. The same thing.
No.
You put in your reputation, they're building theirs. So we all have to put in an effort.
Mm, 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 mm. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kelvin. Yeah. So, in terms of, I mean, putting in funds for an event, I
Mhm.
mean, what would you be looking at?
I'm sorry, can you say that again? Give me a second. Yeah, what did you say?
Yeah. So moving more into the events section.
Yes.
Events. I mean, what would
Oh,
you be
yes,
looking
the
at?
second part of the question.
Yeah. Mm.
Um, when it comes to an event, you have to look at, I guess, all our stakeholders. I mean, we're talking about Ghana here.
Yeah.
If, let's say, an individual comes to me, let's take Coach Elon for instance. He comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm trying to organize Junior Olympics in Ghana, right?" He's a
Mm-hmm.
coach. I know his reputation. I know what he's done. I know what he can do. I know him personally, right?
Mm.
So,
Mm.
such an event, I'll just ask him, "Hey, I mean, what is the plan? What is our business plan? Is this an ongoing event? Is this going to be a one-time off? Are you trying
Mm-hmm.
to make money, or you're trying to just give it to charity? You're trying to build talent?" Hey, listen,
Yeah.
you don't just throw your money into something when you know, okay, this guy is trying to make money because he's going to take gate fee, or, I mean, participation fee, and after that, that's
Yeah.
ended. So if you
Yeah.
go in there, okay, this is an investment, right? But if you think about the
Mm-hmm.
long term, this is an ongoing event. We are going to do this every year, trying to build talent. So you know, this is you pouring into your country. It's called you're giving back to the people. So you don't look at, oh,
Yeah.
how much will I make after this or whatever. So such an
Mm-hmm.
event, I'll
Mm-hmm.
go. But let's say PK comes to me. I know PK is in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And PK is like, "Hey, I'm trying to do Ghana's fastest 200-meter runner, right? This
Yeah.
is going to be like one time. We're doing it at Cape Coast Stadium. I've been able to secure the stadium. I just need your help with equipment and stuff." I'll be like, okay, so this is for fun, right? Fun and games. This is maybe he's trying to make some money, trying to get his name out, his awareness, his name out there. I'll be like, "Okay, not right now." Because I mean, this is not gonna build anybody's talent. This is like a fun fair. They're just
Yeah.
gonna go out there and do whatever. You're not really looking for talent. You're just trying to organize something, just do one thing. I might not go inside it because this is what
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at. So again, it's up to what I'm looking for, where I stand.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to build talent. I'm trying to, get athletics on the map for Ghana. So
Yeah.
this is not for me. Somebody else, or maybe MTN, a big company, will be like, yeah, why not? We can
Oh,
make some
okay.
money
Well,
with a
well,
big
well, well
stadium.
I don't want us to go to the side of corporate Ghana.
Okay, corporate, yeah, personal, yes,
Yeah,
okay,
yes, exactly. As an
okay.
individual, what will really make you put in your money to sponsor an event? Yeah, I think corporate Ghana, that will be a separate topic that
Yeah,
we will talk about
that's
in the
big.
upcoming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
individually, yes, that's my thing. I mean, and
Mm,
again,
mm,
this is from a personal standpoint. Everybody's view will be different. Like if somebody comes to you per se and says, "I want you to sponsor something," what you're going to look for is even what I would. I mean, as somebody who's actually coached even out here in the United States, I mean, I coach middle school, high school, so I kind of always will look for talent, like
mm,
an event that would harness people's talents. We're
mm.
here to build something. We're not just
Yeah.
here to just make fun of the kids or let them run and just walk away from it. And that would be it. No. I need something ongoing that I can put, I can put myself into. Like I want to invest in something long term. I'm not looking for the money, I'm looking for the talent. So that will
All
make
right.
me want to get involved. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Kelvin Asari. So you're watching GH Track and Field Show. We are now in the expert segment with Kelvin Asari, former student of Achimota and University of Ghana. We are now going to review some videos from the Open Championships, which was held in Ghana, specifically Cape Coast, yesterday. So we will bring up we don't really have the start list, but we have
Okay.
the results sheet. So we can maybe run through it whilst we also look at some videos. Right. So we have. All right. All right, viewers. So what we are looking at is actually the result sheet from official results from the GAA, Ghana Athletics Association. These are the official results. So this is a 100 meters heats for women. So we have Boache Mary, who actually qualified with a time of 11.98, Blessing Samuel 12.42, Domfe Mariam Poma 12.68. The times seem quite interesting, actually. If we check the times for the heats, you can see that all of them are actually wallowing in the 12s, in the 13s. I mean, okay, yeah, this is the final. Let's look at the heats first. Heat one, heat two.
Two
Yeah,
hits. Okay.
yeah, two heats for the women, and all of them seems to be wallowing in the 12s, except for Mary, who dipped down 12 seconds. I mean, from the information I actually received, it indicates that these games is actually going to be used in selecting athletes to represent Ghana at the African Championships in Mauritius. And looking at this performance, do you
Mm.
think athletes are really capable of um, actually winning some medals in the long run? Let's look at just the women's 100 meters.
Um, when is the games? That's one thing I'll have to look at because they're running this in May, right? This is pretty much beginning of the season, if you ask
I
me,
th-
sort of.
yeah, I think this should happen in June next month.
Oh, really? It's
Yeah,
before the World Championships. I thought it was
yeah,
after.
I think so.
So they have, yeah.
Yes, so that
Okay,
is from the 8th of June to the 12th of June in Mauritius.
cool. So they are 2 weeks away. So
Exactly.
pretty much this is it. Like this, I mean, magic doesn't happen in 2 weeks. But again, I'll talk about progression. So let's take
Mm,
Mary Boachi, for instance, right? She's the
mm,
only
mm,
one under 12 seconds. It seems like she can run under 12 seconds. So we'll give her
hmm.
that.
Yeah.
We'll look at her progression for the year. I mean, this is the second Open Championship. So if we had the first one, if let's say it's consistent, right?
Hmm.
She went 11-9 in that one, same thing in the heats. In the final,
Mm,
went 11-7, did the same thing here. Then
mm,
I can tell you that, I mean, with competition, because this might not be competition for her. Because look at the
mm,
gap. This is like half a second.
hmm.
She stepped away from everybody.
Yeah.
So over there, when she gets pushed, she can go mid 11. It's
Mm,
not bad.
mm,
It's really
mm,
not bad at all.
mm, mm, mm,
I
mm.
mean, hey, she's in form. She's pushing. I'll give her a chance. I mean, that's
All right.
me. I mean, I'm not
Mm,
GAE. For me, I'll give her a chance because this is her chance to prove that I can do better than that. Because
mm,
sometimes your environment plays a part, right? You go to these games, you go meet somebody like, let's say, Blessing comes up. What? I don't know, a couple of South African ladies come up. We
hmm.
have these, these ladies that there's a Gabonese lady who's down here in Arizona. Um, there's a couple of other really fast ladies. Talu might show up, right? So when
Hmm.
you get there, yes, you're gonna be intimidated. But then again, you are here to prove that you're a force. This is your chance. I'll give her a chance, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I will.
Great, great, great. And then looking at this performance, do you think we can even build a great quartet when it comes to the relays? It looks
Ah, I mean, then again, we have to look at everybody's
all right.
what?
Okay, so I think this is just the heat. So let's look at the
Look at the final.
the
The final
the
time.
the, the final. So this is the final. So we have these times. So Mary dipping again under 12 seconds.
Mhm,
So running away
mhm.
from the rest of the field from the Ghana Armed Forces. So 11.75. So I think if I got the information correctly, this is her new PB.
Okay, that's good.
11.75. Yeah,
Not bad at
and
all.
then with the rest to under with the rest over 12 seconds. All right. So we can just go straight to their
To the race.
videos.
Okay.
Yes. And have a look at how the athletes actually fared. All right. So this is the race, the 100-meter final. The first GAA Open Championships. Right. So
Off we go!
okay, just a second.
Mhm.
Actually, let me.
Do you want to take it lane by lane?
Um,
Here go!
yeah, we can take it lane by lane. We can look at the
Off we
entire
go!
thing and then we look at it lane by lane as well.
Here go!
All right. All right. Just one more second, Kelvin.
Okay,
Let me
no
just look
problem.
at something here. Okay. All right. So, I mean, what we are watching right now, I think this is the Open Championships. This was in Kumasi. Sorry, this was in Kumasi. That was the first one. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So we will look at this
okay.
one, and then we now go to that of Cape Coast, which happened just last Friday. So
See,
I just
before
want
you
us to
even
see.
before you press play, right? The
Yeah.
title tells me that she ran 11:77 in
Yeah.
first championships.
Yeah.
Second one, she went down
Yeah.
11:75. Like I said, somebody
Yes.
like this, I'll give her a chance because I can see her going faster.
Mm, mm,
But anyway,
mm.
play.
All right.
Off we go!
Can you pause for a second?
Go!
Okay, so right here, right at this point, I want to start from the lady in lane one, right?
All right.
She has a pretty good idea of the drive phase.
Mm-hmm.
She's not there yet.
Yeah.
When I watched the first step, her form is she has that great acute angle. Her shins are going. She's trying to drive out the block, but it's
Mm-hmm.
all. I think the problem is trying to rush up. Like I think Emmanuel Knight said this last week. A lot of athletes try to rush up and thinking that when I stand up, I can go faster. But what they forget is when you stand up at 10 meters, 90 meters seems very short when you're
Mm-hmm.
looking at it from a distance. But when you're running it, it's the longest distance in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. Yeah. You never get to the finish line.
You never get to the finish line. And then your body starts to break down.
Mm, mm.
Patience. Anyway,
All right. So what do you think about the execution? Let's look at Mary. Let's focus on Mary
okay, let's
now.
go. Okay.
Yeah. So let's focus on Mary. I mean,
Off we go!
her execution.
Here go!
It was good. I mean, whoever trains her, I'll give him a thumbs up.
She reminds
Him
me
or
of
her.
Shelly and Fraser
Shelly.
Price.
Yes.
The
I
way she
mean,
runs.
yes. I bet it probably might be her. That's she's her mentor from a distance. Like
I think so.
she has that bullet starts. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yes, she's
Off we
kind of like a
go!
pocket rocket, just like Shelly. You know,
Mm-hmm.
her arm swing is very,
Here go!
very strong. Very strong. Her hips are straight. She's just, her heel recovery is very good. I mean,
Exactly.
I can't tell her any better than what she's doing, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this. Once she gets out of drive phase, she's pushing, she's striding. I just hope she's concentrated because, when, like we said this last week, when you get out and you're always in front,
Mm-hmm.
it's easier than when somebody's on your neck. Like when you
Mm,
go to these world championships, African games, you're not going to be
mm,
going out by yourself.
mm,
Somebody's going to be
mm,
there because they're also faster than you at the same speed. It's
mm.
up to you to concentrate, focus in that lane of yours, and just execute your race.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I agree. I agree. All right. So this is just the Open Championships in Kumasi. So let's go to the Open Championships in Cape Coast, and then
Okay.
we can pick it up from there and go a bit more
See the
detailed.
difference.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. If you look at everybody's start, look at where their hips are. You can tell like who actually knows what they're doing and
Hmm.
who's just trying to figure it out. Everybody's hips are like all straight up in the air. Mary's hips are about 3/4 way up to the length of her legs. So she has a little buckle in her knees. That's enough to push off the block. Like you
Hmm.
need that little bend in your knee to push the block back.
Hmm.
That force that pushes the block back is what pushes you forward.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, hey, anyway, just the little things, man.
Okay. So here we go with the
She's in
championships
lane
in.
five.
Okay. So I think she's in lane 5. Yes, middle
Yeah,
lane.
she has that obvious high, wide start handstands. I don't
Mm,
really
the
like
camera.
that a lot, but
Right. So lane 5.
she came up a little bit faster this time than the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's losing it. She's losing it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she started losing it.
All
And
right.
I'll tell you the reason why I'll say that.
Mhm.
So, okay, if you slow it down, I'll tell you something.
Okay, so let's go
Even though
slow
she
mo.
went faster this race than the other one, she executed the other one a little bit better than this one. She got up a
Okay.
little bit too fast. She was anxious. I think people were too close to her this time. So she needed to get
Mm,
up and get to the running. That's not the best thing to do because the running will also kill you 10 minutes, 10 meters to the line. Good start.
yeah.
Good step. Step, step, step. Her angles are
Yeah.
still
And
right
you can see
here.
that her feet is moving forward,
Yeah,
not to the sides.
no.
Yeah.
She's up,
Yeah.
pushing, push. She's comfortable here. She's
Yeah.
taking her time. Her arm swing is still really good.
Hmm.
Really, really good. Like she has a lot of force going down because she's swinging her arms very powerful, stepping
Mm.
real hard. So on every step, she goes up, strike, strike, concentrated. Arms are going straight to her face. The form is good. Now at this point, you could tell like she started too fast, so she started getting tired. Look at her grin is coming. You can see her teeth. She's tired. Head goes back. She's slowing herself down.
Okay, she's getting
Yeah,
tired.
she
Yeah.
is getting tired. I mean,
Mm.
listen, like I said, that 19 meter, if you want to run 19 meters, it is very
Mm.
long. If you run 70, it's great.
Mm.
If you can, though, it's a skill you got to learn. It's not
All right.
easy.
All right, great, great. Yeah, so you are watching GH Track and Field Show. We are currently analyzing videos from the just ended second National Open Championship, which was held in Cape Coast yesterday. So if you have any questions, any comments, please keep them coming, and we will actually project this to the
Stop for a second.
screen.
Pause. Ah, you almost did it. Okay. So I wanted to go to when they were set. Like I
All
wanted to
right.
make sure my comment made sense because maybe there's a couple of ladies or a couple of guys trying to learn something from us here.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the initial frame, like if you can get them on set right before they get off. Okay,
Let's see. Let me see how
let's
best.
see if you can get it. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Right. Oh, it's like the frames
Yeah,
are a
yeah,
bit
that's
too
right. So
wide.
if you like, just go back to 2 seconds, right, and let it go and then catch it. Because if you try to do it here, it'll be hard.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so from here, let it play and then try to catch it.
Hmm.
Okay, your mark. Set, stop. Okay,
Okay. Hmm.
first thing, look at the lady in lane three. When they said set, right?
Yeah.
When they said set, she was the first to lift up. I
Hmm.
tell you something from experience. When
All
they
right.
say set, you have to take your time getting to that set position. Because
Hmm.
if you go up, right, if you go up that fast, Then when you catch your breath, you start to lower a little bit because you can't stay up there. Your hands start to shake. So you
Oh,
have to
right.
slowly get yourself up there. I'm not saying that Mary is a pro or anything, but whoever's teaching her this is doing a good job. She
Mm.
slowly gets up. Yes, she's a shorter, so it looks like she's there. But look at her knee. I know you
Yeah.
can see her right knee from here. It's
Yeah.
buckled. It has a little bit of a give. That's what she's
Mm.
going to push with. It's like when you want to jump up, you want to
Mhm.
vertically jump. If
Yeah.
you're standing straight and I say jump, you can jump like 10 centimeters
Mm.
without bending your knees. You won't
Yeah.
go high. If you want to jump really high, you relax, you bend your knees, and you spring up. It's the same thing with block starts.
Mm.
Bend your
Mm.
knees, push the block. The force, it's like everybody knows some kind of physics. Push and pull, right? Action and reaction. That
Yes.
action of pushing back is the reaction that pushes you forward.
Mm.
That's where the drive phase begins.
Mm.
Lane
Mm.
1 and 2, I am sorry, but they are giving themselves a very hard job. Their hips are so high up. I can tell that if the
Yeah,
starter holds
exactly.
them for
One, one,
2 more
one, one and
seconds, they'll
two.
fall.
Yeah. I
And
was about
then
to ask.
6,
Well, hmm
and
all
I'll
right.
make 4 as well too.
Yeah.
Their hips are too high, too way above the head.
Hmm. And let's see how they get off the blocks. Get out
Yes.
of the blocks.
Ah, look at him for her head is up, like she's already looking up to the
Look,
finish
look,
line.
just look at lane one. She's almost upright.
Yes,
She's almost upright.
yes.
It's
This is good. I mean, this frame right here.
Mhm.
If I had a camera and I was there, I'll probably take this picture and frame it for these ladies because I
Mm.
think here, regardless of how everybody's hip was or however everybody's on the block, they did a really good job. Everybody's arm is way back, ready to
Yes.
swing yourself forward. Most
Yeah.
of their heads are looking down, like at least look like a meter in front of you. Don't try
Mm.
to, because you don't want to tense your neck up, because that's when you
Mm.
get stiff. So everybody's like ready to shoot forward. This is
Mm.
pretty. This is good.
Mm.
This is
Mm.
good.
Right. Second. Okay. So
Okay, swing. Ah, yeah. This is where people start to run. Everybody, half of them are upright.
yes,
I mean, look, I
already.
don't, I don't mean to step on anybody's toes,
No, but like
but just look at lane 7 for a second, right? You see, this is why I say this is where someone like this out coaching. She needs coaching.
lane
She
seven.
needs
All
help.
right.
Lane 7. Look,
Mm.
look. She's all over the place. She's already standing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's trying to
Mm.
catch herself.
Mm.
She needs a lot of block work. Like her technique is not there. So if she can compete in the final with these good ladies, if she gets some, some exposure,
Mm.
she gets to learn something new. I bet you she might be a problem.
Mm. 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 Yeah. So the second position in lane three,
Yeah.
Blessing. Her name is Blessing Samuel. Whoa.
She's
And
moving,
yeah.
moving. I'm gonna concentrate on her for a little bit.
And
Okay,
then
she
third,
also
third,
started
third position,
diving. Okay.
Marian in lane two. So maybe we can look at them as well. So let's look at lanes two and three.
Okay.
Marian
Okay.
in lane
And
two,
three.
Samuel in lane
Yeah, she came up too fast.
Blessing. Yeah.
Okay. She's looking up. Okay. Her left arm seems to be going short. I don't know why, but okay, okay. Stop for a sec. Look at her stride.
Which of them are
Look,
we looking at? Are we looking at
lane
Samuel
three.
or lane three? Okay, that's Samuel.
Lane
Yeah,
three.
Blessing.
Summer.
Mm.
She seems to be overstriding, and I say this because she looks like she's kicking her feet forward.
Mm.
Her legs, and at that point, you are in your drive phase. If
Mm.
you're doing this now, you're losing power.
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
okay, so the drive phase, the power that you produce is all in the angle. Let's say this is the track, right? This is your foot. When you start from the block, see you start at an angle like a 45-degree angle,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's say push off the block, boom, you land. If your foot is going like this, steady progression, by 20 meters, you're up 90 degrees. But
Mm,
if you go step, 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 and by 5 meters, you're here, there's no more power from the drive. At this
mm,
point, you are literally supposed to accelerate. How
yeah.
much can you go? I
Mm,
remember there was a time when I was still training. There was one video I watched. Maybe if I find it, I might share it. Maurice Green was breaking down his 100-meter race. He
mm,
says that his first 25 to 30 meters is dry phase, right? He tries to stay down. He didn't say head down. Some people are confusing looking down in the ground to dry face. He tries to stay down, meaning that your chest is closer to the ground. So you're leaning into it. Your hips are not underneath you, they're kind of behind you. So you're
mm,
keeping yourself, your arms are going out wide to keep you from falling. So you're
yeah.
just pumping the track, pumping the track. Once you hit 25, 30, at that point, this is acceleration to 60. You're upright, all the forces are going straight, hips high. It's not, remember, I didn't say high knees. High knee is a drill, it's not a race. Hips
Mm,
high. When your hips go high, of course, your knees will drive up. You don't force it. Hips high, stay tall. I remember my coach Amuzu, if he's watching, he used to say this: stand tall. It didn't make sense then, but as like I said, as you learn the sport, things make sense.
yeah.
Stand up tall, drop your shoulder, swing your arms like how Mary is doing it.
Yeah.
Swing your arms like they're hammers. When you swing your arm, your legs will swing. If your
Mm,
hips are
mm,
high, your legs, the force that you're going down with is a lot. So that force, pushing, pushing, pushing. Once you hit 60, you have to you at that point you're really really done running. You have to maintain that speed. That's
mm,
where your
mm,
form
mm.
comes in. Keep it together. Don't break it. Do
All
not
right.
break it.
All right, great. Thank you very much for that analysis. Yeah, so we can move over to Marian now in lane two.
And two.
You,
Okay.
you
Her
can
arms are
see,
not swinging hard enough. She looks like she's running. She's not sprinting. She's literally, yes, she's
all
running.
right.
She's not sprinting.
Mm, mm,
The upper body
all right.
strength is not there. So that's something they can work on as a team. I mean, you don't have to go to the gym for this. You can literally just do push ups.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Justin Gatlin even said that one time. He's like, listen, push ups may be underrated, but trust me, push ups give you that strength you need in your upper body. The core, your arms, your shoulders, literally push ups.
All right. Hmm. Right. So if you're an athlete and you are listening, I think this will be a great tip for you to actually add to your uh, workout sessions. All right. So I think we can already flip to the other side and look at the men's 100 meters. So we will start from the Tamale, sorry, not Tamale, Kumasi Open Championships, because it was pretty much the same athletes that
Oh,
actually
okay.
participated. So we can look at that as well. All right. So we are looking at this. We are going to look at this one, but it's going to be different camera angles.
Okay.
Right. So we have.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you why I said wow. I will tell you why I said wow.
Okay.
Lane three. Keep your eye on lane three.
Yeah.
Listen,
Hmm.
listen. I don't know who the guy
That's
is.
that's Rashid Abdul Saminu.
Oh, he was on the show
All
last
right.
week, right?
Yes. That's Rashid Abdul Saminu in lane three. We have
Look,
Isaac Botio in lane four. We have
okay,
Ansa Safo in lane five. And then we have
okay.
Barnabas Ajay
Oh,
Asante
UDS.
in
Okay,
lane
I think I heard
six.
that
And
name
then we
before.
have Solomon Hammond in lane seven. Unfortunately, for the other two, I'm not familiar with them. You're not familiar, actually. Yeah. All right. So you said wow for lane
Yes,
three. I mean, why
yes.
wow?
Look, the guy took off like he took off like a professional athlete.
Mm,
I mean, not to get not wherever he is. I know he probably is watching. Don't get too overconfident, but listen, keep doing that. You just need to
mm,
work on your second half of the race. That will get
mm,
to there. But your first half, dude, keep however you're practicing, keep doing it. Make sure it's like bread and butter. Look at his elbows. You don't
mhm,
see them coming out.
mm,
You can see I can see everybody's elbows going out because of the shoulders.
mhm,
His is going straight back.
mm,
Like he's using linear force, like straight. I'm going straight, so everything is going straight. And he gets out
mm,
first. I mean, I can't see them from where they are, but I can tell you he was in the front.
mm, mm,
He
mm.
is pushing.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we can actually look at the video from another angle, which would really uh, give us a good overview. Okay. So, okay, here we go.
Look at that. Look,
Yeah.
kid is gone. Literally controlling the race.
See?
And then everything
Yeah.
starts to fall apart from that point.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I don't know what really happened. He always has this bullet start,
Yeah.
but halfway the race, he begins to lose concentration.
I will tell you something.
All right, let's go slow mo and even see it frame by
Yep.
frame.
Step. He's a step ahead of everybody at this point.
Yeah, but it looks like
So
he got up pretty early as well.
yes, yes, yes. He is. So he feels he's ahead. So again, is
Hmm.
that rushing to get into acceleration phase? You
Yeah.
need to relax. Look, I think everybody who wants to understand where I'm coming from should just go and watch Maurice Green.
Mm,
And the reason I say this, he and Atu Bowden, they came up with this whole drive phase concept. Like nobody
mm,
was doing it before them. Carl Lewis didn't really have a drive phase. Atu Bowden, Maurice Green, they started the whole drive phase thing, and then Asapa Power took it to a whole different level. But
hmm.
you have to concentrate in your lane. Look down. Like you're leaning. Okay, so there's something called a falling start, right? There's a practice that we used to do back in the day. Stand at one spot and fall straight forward. But before you hit that turning point where you feel like you can't catch yourself, stride out and just keep
Mm,
going in that angle. That is
mm,
literally
mm,
the drive phase.
mm,
Don't get up
mm.
too fast. So
Yeah.
once he did that, he was already running. Everybody else was still driving. So they have more space left. And right about 80 meters, you're done. Dude, you can't. You're a human being. You're not a train. You can't keep accelerating as you step on the gas. So at this point, look at his arms, right? They're going
Yeah.
up, going up, going up, going up. Now, once he goes after this bench over there, now he starts
Hmm.
to, instead of look at his arm, now they're going short. Now it looks like he's just doing this, trying to keep up with himself. He's just playing with the air. He
Yeah.
gets tired. He can't accelerate anymore.
Hmm.
So he lost the race.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It's that
Rather
speed
unfortunate.
endurance, drive face. Look, man, this race is hard. It's short, but it is hard.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so I think yeah you've given us some good analysis on Rashid Abdul Saminu. Let's go to lane 4 with Isaac
Mhm.
Butu, who actually won
Okay.
this race. I mean, let's look at his start.
He's a stepper. Oh, I see what happened. He's also doing that step to the side as a Matip
Side,
type
yes,
commander is doing.
exactly.
It's not
Side,
a good
side,
thing, bro.
side, side,
Listen,
side,
if you're
side.
listening to me, Isaac, I'll tell you what. Azar does it because he has a gait problem. His legs naturally go out, right? He doesn't mean to intentionally go side and side. His foot is shaped like that. So
Hmm.
him doing that, it seems like that's what's giving him a start. But no, he pushes the block real hard. With
Hmm.
you,
Hmm.
if your legs are naturally not like, bro, please try to keep it in. That step is what wasted. You would have easily, because This guy came from nowhere and just
Mhm.
ran through everybody. So imagine if
Mm,
he was with Abdul at the same point at 30 meters.
mm.
He would have left them. But this step side, 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 dude, you're wasting energy, man.
Yeah.
That's time you're wasting. Could have
Side,
controlled it
side,
easy.
side, side. And
Now
then,
he's up trying to
yeah,
catch up. But he has a
exactly.
good
So,
step. Though. He's stepping
yeah,
real
yeah. But
good.
like, you just imagine running with people who have very good acceleration phase. I
You're
mean,
done.
that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
They're
it.
gonna
Game over.
see. This is the thing. I think somebody asked me this question. Why is it that some athletes? Okay, I'm going to use Benjamin as an example.
Yeah.
So Benjamin was running 9.7s last year. He was just killing it, right? So you expect that he goes to the Olympics at least run a 9.7, 9.9, something, right? What happens is, like it's all about the mentality. If you're used to, like you guys say, if you're used to running in the front, when somebody's ahead of you, what happens
Mm,
is your focus is shifted. You start to look at them, right?
mm.
And when you look
Yeah,
at them, that's it. You have to concentrate on your lane, look right ahead of you, because everybody has a distraction. Everybody runs differently. If you look
yeah,
at somebody, look at their legs, it's not a 4x4. 4x4, if you look at somebody's legs, right, you can tell the pace and you have time to catch them. In
yeah.
100 meters, if you look at somebody's body, even if you do this for 1 second, that's it. The race is
Mm,
off.
mm. Yeah, so you can clearly see that Isaac is moving side, 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 and you see what happened. By the time he got up, the rest of the
Mhm.
guys were ahead
Yeah,
of him. Yeah,
exactly.
and he had
Like
to
Lane
now
3
catch
has a
up.
bad step.
Yeah, so Isaac, if you are working on your start, you need to work on your steps. I think out of the blocks, make sure your feet actually goes straight, not to the side because
Man,
this is the
why?
same problem that Ben is currently having as well that we addressed last week. Yeah.
I
Okay.
saw something about the guy in fact. That's what Answer Safo, right?
Answer Safo, yes,
Okay,
exactly.
so
So we
with
can move to Answer
him,
Safo now. Yeah. Mhm.
so he's going with lane 3. I keep forgetting his name. Is it Abdul or Razak?
Which one?
Lane
Abdul
3.
Saminu Rashid.
Okay, Abdul Rashid. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
at this point, Safo and Saminu are together. Like he's
Mhm.
coming with him. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, lane 4 and lane 6 catch
Mhm.
up to him and they mess up his running. Like you can tell here, he started putting his arms in his armpits. He's not swinging hard anymore because now he feels them coming and he's losing concentration. You
Yeah.
can't do that because he also had the race.
Mm, mm,
Now
mm,
look, he's
mm.
leaning back and all of that. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. The style of running, he's running backwards, right?
yes,
Leaning back
leaning
and
and
running
all the
backwards.
head, the all your weights on your head starts to pull you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he
So
he just fell flat the moment it came on his shoulders. He couldn't swing anymore. His whole race pattern went off. I mean, I'm sorry,
mm,
but you can't do that.
mm,
You can't
mm.
do that. You can't always run by yourself. You can't always expect to be in the lead. Now, this is what shows a champion from a contender.
Yeah.
How do you compose yourself when people are on your shoulder?
Mm,
Ask
mm,
Cassava
mm.
Power. He's running by himself all the time. Usain Bolt gets on his shoulder, end of the race. He's going to lose it. Even if he can win, somehow he just falls flat. Listen,
Mm.
it's a mental game at this point. Right now, they're all bunched up. It's mental. The guys coming from the back, of course, they come with more speed because they delayed their starts. So now
Yeah.
they have more speed coming. By the end of the day, you have to compose yourself, relax, keep
Mm.
doing what you were doing before. Keep doing
I
it.
see. Yeah. All right. Great. Yeah. So thank you very much for the analysis on Answer Safo. We can move over to lane 6, and that is Barnabas.
Yep, yep. Also came from
Barnabas.
behind.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
He also has a
He,
problem with his start.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
He has a problem with his start. And look at the acceleration phase. I also have
Then
a
he starts
big
to push.
problem.
Look, now look at his stride length. It
Yeah.
getting bigger, bigger, and every step he's closing everybody up.
Yes.
He's a pretty
But yeah,
strong guy
like,
though.
but yeah, I think his acceleration phase is quite good. But I find him swinging the head from side
Yeah,
to side, like some
he's not
dadabi. You
composed.
understand?
He's not composed. His stride reminds me of Donovan Bailey, the Canadian that won. What
Yeah.
was it?
Olympics 1996.
Olympics year '96, Atlanta.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, Donovan Bailey. He just step. He has these long legs, like his hips are
Yeah.
like halfway through his chest. He's just stepping. But
Yeah.
he's good. I mean, he again work on the start, buddy. If you can get Saminu to teach you his
Saminu
start, and then
start.
you teach him, and then you teach him your finish. Look, man, you guys are gonna be
Yeah.
a force to reckon with.
Great. So we can look at the last one, Solomon Hammond in lane 7. Let's see how
Okay, not bad, but
his
also
his
his
start is not
timing,
bad, but
yeah,
like it looks like his drive face is really short. Look, he's
it's
already
short.
up.
He got up. He
Yeah.
he literally lifted himself up. He didn't
Yeah.
wait till his body got
Exactly.
up.
Yeah. So the execution wasn't good
At
at
this
all.
point, he doesn't have enough power to do anything with. He's just
No.
keeping up with everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not enough. See, that power from the drive phase is what gets you there.
Mm, mm, mm.
If you don't have that power, don't expect the last 20 meters some magic to happen and you just run through. It doesn't work like that. It's not magic. You have
Mm,
to work the drive to have that force, that energy, that speed to do something at the finish line.
mm, mm. Great. Yeah, and then I mean, going back to Saminu, he actually made mention that his role model is Justin Gatlin. So
Mm,
maybe
for the
that is
start.
what, yeah,
Listen,
exactly. So maybe that is what is actually motivating him to have this really good dry face and having
well,
this sort of bullet start.
Saminu, if
Yeah,
your role
lane.
model is Justin Gatlin, please learn everything and not just a little part of it. Because
Yeah.
if you watch Justin, that dude is down for like 25 meters.
Mhm.
So do that. Be patient. Okay? All right.
All right, great. Yeah, so this is just the video of the first Open Championships in Kumasi. So let's flip over to the Open Championships in Cape
Cape
Coast,
Coast. All right.
and then we can see what really happened. Oops, did I close something? Okay, great.
Oh man, I can't wait for all the games, man. So we have African Championships first, then we have the World Championships, then we have Commonwealth Games.
Yeah,
Wow, it's a busy year. Busy
where
year.
is it? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so again we have let's take a look. I don't remember the
Mhm.
positions or the lanes. We can just have a quick look and then okay, so we have Rashid in lane 5,
Ooh.
Barnabas lane 4,
Oh,
Ansasa
we
4,
got
Solomon Hammond.
competition in this one. Oh, somebody actually took his start out. Somebody gave him a taste of his own medicine.
I don't know what really happened. Look at what happened. Look at lane
I
2.
can tell you
He's
what
already
happened.
gone.
Yes, I can tell you what happened. He won the race from the start. Nobody caught him the whole time. Look at his body posture up
Mm.
until even where the starter is. Look how low he is. Look, low, 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 low. Okay, now he's up.
Now he's up. Yeah.
That's a full dry face. His
Yeah.
head doesn't have to be down. Like I think
Mm.
people's idea is my head is that's not a dry face. His body, his chest is leaning down. His
Mm.
knees are coming up. He's meeting it. He's forcing himself. He's forcing his legs back instead of up.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then he ran a time
That
of
was a good run.
10.61.
That was a good run. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes I don't
I
really
was
look at the
very
time too much.
I was quite disappointed, honestly.
Okay.
I was
He
quite
also has a
disappointed in
little
them.
bit of a problem.
Yeah. When you go slow-mo, you are able to
You
really
can see
see
a
the
lot of things.
details. Yeah.
I'm
So let's
still
look at
confident
him
on lane
first.
2.
So let's look at him first. Lane 2. Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Fusaini
Look,
from
look at
KNUST.
his second step. I think he was overstriding it.
Hmm.
He also had one little problem. So
He
his
almost
first step
tripped.
went fine. Yes. His
Hmm.
second step, I think he was trying to take a big step. You don't do that on the start. Forget about big stepping in the start. In the start is small chops,
Hmm.
more force. The smaller it is, the more force you get. When you get up, of course, it's going to be a big stride. But again, you have 80 meters to run. So take your time. But here, I like how composed the guy is. He is relaxed. He's not doing anything special. Swinging, kicking forward, hips up, keep going. That's it. He's relaxed. Relax. He's not trying
Hmm.
to force himself to go any faster. Nothing. Just let it go. Let it go. I like it. I like this. Yes. I mean, of course, he has a few technical things to learn, but for what he did, I'll give him a big thumbs up.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, great. So that was Husseini Ibrahim of KNUST in lane two. So
Nice.
lane three, I'm not 100%. So we can move over to lane four, Barnabas.
Oh, he's a guy from UDS.
Yes,
This guy is
again.
strong. Like you can tell, he's really strong. Like he has this good force in his arms coming.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it. He
all
reminds me
right.
of Sean Crawford. Big upper body.
Yeah, so you see the leg movement,
Yeah.
side, side,
This is better than the
before.
last one though. Like
Hmm.
this is better than the one in what was it? Can you? I mean, Tech. I keep saying in Kumasi, he started a bit better. This time he was pushing forward. So look, he got Samini on this one.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
got
Hmm.
Samini way because the other one they were close. This time he got him. Like he
Yeah.
was really, really concentrating on the start, pushing. At this point, I would say he has to probably lift his hip up a little bit because it looks like
Yeah.
he's caving in. He has to lift his hip up a little bit. Look at Husseini's
Hmm.
hips. Look how high he is. It makes his legs look longer than they're supposed to look because he's kind of like, yeah, it's a hip. You have to force your hips out so you have a bigger
Yeah.
stride.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nothing special. Hips have to go up. Keep losing my headphones. I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay. So.
Can I
Hmm.
do something different? I
Yeah.
want
Sure.
to look at lane 1 and 8. They're in the back.
Okay. Yeah.
How?
Exactly.
Okay, lane 1. He is running. He's not
Hmm.
sprinting, right?
Hmm.
So he gets up like, let's run. Like, hey, when we're kids and you say, "On my guess said go,"
Go.
you just get up and run. That's what he was doing. There's nothing to it. Get up and run
And I'm wondering how they even got into the final. Look at lane one, lane eight.
because he can run. Are you getting the
Um,
point now? There is a difference between somebody who is naturally fast. This is natural. He's naturally fast. No skill, nothing.
no, look at
Naturally
what. No,
fast.
just look at lane one. He's apparently jogging now.
Yeah,
Like,
because he's given up. I mean, come on, man. Look at where somebody is. Would you push? I wouldn't push. I'll probably walk into the grass because at this point it's pointless. I mean, I've done it before. I'll just walk through the grass. I mean, hey, it's no shame. You just know you can't. You
yeah.
can't compete. So just, but somebody like this, right? He knows how to run. He knows
All
how
right.
to get fast. It's
All right.
training. Learn the game. Look at the 8. Same thing. He is not even. Wow, his hips are not even moving. Like he might need to go and see like a masseuse. He needs to probably learn to open his hips up because
Mm,
he's just stepping on the ground like he's walking fast.
mm, 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 mm. Yeah.
And so
And
I
and, and,
feel like,
and again, Ansa Safo fails
yeah,
to deliver.
I feel like when he realizes people are ahead of him, he kind of
He find
doesn't push himself anymore.
yeah. He cannot run them down. Yeah.
No, but you don't
Mm,
always have to run people down. You have to run your race.
mm.
You're not always going to win, yes, but you have to run your race. That's how it goes. You see, it's the repetition. All right, bro, friend American. The repetitiveness of you running 100 meters is what gets
Yeah.
you better. Doing
Mm.
the same thing over and over, repetition. It's the same thing over and over. But the more you do it, the more you get used to it. You can actually feel what is he looking at? What
I
was he
don't
looking
know.
at? Looking at the guy leading? Dude, you're not leading. You don't have the option of looking around.
Look at what he's
Concentrate.
doing.
Now he just falters. Like he could have actually even come in second or third. But you're looking away. Concentrate, bro. I mean, you've done it before. This is not new. I know it gets
Uh,
tiring. You've run 100 meters so many times, you're tired. But if you want to get there, bro, keep moving. Keep moving.
Look at that. Okay, so whoa, did someone trip? Look at Barnabas in lane 4.
Hmm.
Look at it. Look at it very well. Go, go in, go in.
I think he was trying to jump over the puddle of water.
Okay. Hmm. All right. Great. And then again, look at Solomon Hammond. Just
Yeah, he
run
doesn't
run
have.
into the line without any
Yeah,
competitiveness.
yeah, he didn't come with that force, so I guess he's just keeping up with them. Yeah. See, Samino also starts to just not lift his hips up at this point. Look, now he's trying to lean. See, look, there's nothing wrong with leaning,
Hmm.
right? Yes, you do force at this point, you realize that okay, my body is giving up. Let me lean. It makes sense. But before you start leaning, can you just kind of like compose yourself first? Because
Yeah.
if you lean, your body's already falling, you lean, you can fall. Emmanuel said this, last week. Compose yourself first before you start leaning. Don't just lean from like 10 meters away thinking, oh, let me lean. You're going to fall. Your body will lean. It will just falter because you have a lot of force coming.
Mm,
Compose
mm.
yourself first before you start leaning.
Okay, so we have some comments coming in. I think this was part of the Q&A session. The intention is key, and that's what matters. There will always be doubters, skeptics, and people who will think it's a money making scheme.
Mhm.
Okay, move more regardless. I think that was what he really meant. More regardless to get these talents. I think this was the question on as an individual. I mean,
Individual,
would
yeah,
you put
yeah,
would you put in
events.
your
With the,
money?
yes,
All
it's
right.
all
So
about the talent.
yes, exactly. All right.
I mean, because think about it. If you do it for the money, this is what happens. You once the money doesn't come in, you are going to stop. Like let's say you do it first year, it's like a fun fair. Everybody's excited. Hey, athletics, blah blah blah. People are going to come. You do it the
Mm,
second year, and they're like, last year it wasn't that fun. It wasn't that fast, so we probably won't show up. Now
mm,
you're losing all your money because now nobody came up. You got all these sponsors helping, but it's like, Charlie, you rented this field, you have these officials, you got to pay them, and then you're going to give up the next year because you're not making money. If it's a business, you're going to give up.
mm, mm, mm. Yeah.
Amen.
Right. Great.
But
So
this was a good race. This
yeah,
was a good race.
yeah, it was a good race, but again, I was a bit disappointed.
Why though? Tell me about it. Talk to me.
I was thinking Rashid should have taken this race
Why?
easily. Yeah, because I mean, looking at the previous race in Kumasi, look at
Mm-hmm.
execution, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And the greatest contender would have been
Mm-hmm.
Isaac Botu. So
Okay.
if
He
Isaac
wasn't there.
Botu
Mm-hmm.
is not around, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is your race. So what
See,
really
that's
happened?
the thing. You are coming from a spectator's point of view, right? Oh, because he was the best looking or the fastest from the last race. This
Yeah.
time he should be, but you're forgetting that Barnabas was second in the last race, though.
Which the last race? Yeah,
Yeah, the
it was
one in
Barnabas.
Kumasi. Yes,
Exactly,
right. So
exactly,
at this point,
exactly.
it's between him and Barnabas, which makes
Barnabas.
sense.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
Fuseni came from nowhere, right?
Where? Yeah.
Because he came to run his race. See, that's the thing. When you go into a race thinking, oh, I beat this guy, I beat that guy, so now I see this. No, it doesn't work like that. It's a different day. You
Yeah.
don't know what
Mm,
training they did. You know what they've learned in the last
mm.
2 or 3 weeks or whatever. You go in there running your race. You're not looking at anybody. You don't go thinking, oh, it's easy. I don't need to start. Because he didn't start as fast as he did in Kumasi.
Yes,
So now look
exactly.
at you. Right.
Mm, mm,
So if you don't do what you're good at, what,
mm,
what do you think is going to happen? Just
mm.
because
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
called, your name is this, like Usain Bolt. If he comes to a race thinking, like when Coleman beat him, he came to that race thinking, oh, at this point, I'm about to retire. They forced
Mm.
me to come here. So, I just come and do it. I mean, I think I can beat them. Nobody has done what I have done. But he keeps forgetting everybody's here to win. Yo, Usain
Yeah.
Bolt, so what? Coleman came and he put on his own show. He's good at
Mm.
starting and he made sure he puts it on point. If you're good at it, keep doing it. Perfect it, keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Yeah. So let's due to time, let's take a quick look at the 200 meters, which also took place in Cape Coast.
Okay, okay, okay.
It's a bit difficult to actually see their running style on the bend.
One, two, three, four, five. Lane five. I bet he won the race. But I have a couple of questions for him, man. Look,
Okay, all
Jonas,
right,
hey,
great.
Kofi.
Let's go. Yeah.
Give me one moment, please. One second.
All right, viewers, you are watching GH Track and Field Show. My name is PK Anoban, your host, with Kelvin Asari.
Yeah, Superman.
Yes, aka Superman.
Yeah, people don't know my first name, so normally I don't even use it. Anyway, can you go back to the start?
All
So
right.
my comment will make sense. Okay,
So lane
keep you on lane
five.
five. Yes.
Yeah.
Set, good hip. See, it's not too high. He has enough on his knee to push the block. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Step. Look at his arms. They're going straight, right? You
Mm-hmm.
can tell they're going straight. They're swinging out right. Look, now that is a good 200-meter driver. Look at his body angle. He's not
Mm-hmm.
straight. He's still in an angle,
Go.
pushing.
Yeah.
All the forces are coming. Good
Mm-hmm.
job. At this point, he's maintaining. Okay, he's upright. He's
Mm-hmm.
taking the curve. He's on the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's closed that stagger. I like this. He has a good
Mm-hmm.
curve.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where I have a question. When he hits that 120, right? Look at his arms. He looks like now his arm is going like this. What are we doing?
Sideways. Yes,
What
exactly.
what's going on? What happened?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Like
I
now
mean,
he's trying to catch himself from falling left.
mm,
So
mm,
now he's man. Now you have to
very.
restart the whole race. So now it's hard, putting more force. Now his whole race pattern has changed. This is not like this is out of practice. This is just I'm running. Let me
Mm,
run. Let me run.
mm.
Let me run. And then if I can't catch him, I'm gonna start leaning fast. So now look at his chest is coming forward. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. Like, yeah, the composure was lost in the turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, now he's not. This is not. I mean, come on, man. On the big stage, I'm sorry.
you can do this. Yeah.
He started real good. Like he's a good turn runner, but when he gets to turning, so at the 120 point, let's say the exchange zone, where
Mm,
he has to shift his butt. Okay, look at Usain Bolt for a second. Like, I guess I've been doing this too long, so I kind of know people's. When Usain Bolt is running, people used to ask, why is it that he tilts his head in the
yeah.
turn? You know
Yeah.
why? He's trying to bank himself because the
Okay.
turn is actually a bank. Like you have
Mm,
to shift your shoulder to the right so you don't fall left. If you
yeah.
go your hips, if you start to cave your obliques in, you're going to be like a C in the curve.
Hmm.
You can't.
Yeah.
That's what happened to him. And you're going too fast now. Your whole body is turning. So yeah, when you turn, you have to catch yourself. No, you have to bank your shoulder always. I remember I used to tell Azar this when he didn't like to run the 200 in the indoor. Like swing your left arm so you don't lean into it. If you start to pocket your left arm, right? Start to pocket it. Now you're going to lean onto it, and your angles are off.
Mm,
You need to continue that speed. So swing it harder, go up so your body stays straight. Don't let it bend. I mean, I'll get lane two. Look at his body posture. He might not be running fast, but dude, I mean, the guy is not looking bad at all.
yeah. Or maybe from this angle, we might see that he's doing the right thing. But maybe if the camera would have gone really close, we would have seen something really, really wrong with his
Yeah.
running style. All right. So let's move over quickly to the women's 200 meters. I think we do have that one as well. Um, just a sec.
Having analysis is so
Oh,
nice, so much fun. I
yeah.
normally, I normally do analysis with a group of guys that I talk to, like Coach Elon and Azar, Desmond, and stuff.
Why is it not coming up?
Oh, the 200.
Oh, this is bad. I mean,
Is it a YouTube video?
yeah, but it's in just a second. Let's see if it's. Ah, okay, finally.
Got it?
Yeah.
Oh, they're already running. Oh, where'd he go? Caught.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, I don't know why we are beginning to have these choppy videos. Okay, it's stable
There
now.
you go. Oh, wait. What happened to lane four?
Lane
What?
three. No, is it lane three, actually?
Red or blue?
It's lane three. The red,
Oh,
the lady in red, right?
and then the lady in blue, yes, I don't know what she was doing in the block. I don't know if she's not comfortable with it, but
Yeah,
see,
it's.
look at this. See, this is what I'm talking about. John should do. Compose yourself. Look. She's just relaxed, just strolling by the
Mm,
lady like she's not running.
mm, mm.
Composure. Sometimes it's not all about you thinking, I'm not moving fast, I need to be strong. No. Compose yourself. You've been training for how long? You've been running all these training 350s, 300, 250s. When you get tired and your legs are not moving, drop your shoulder, swing your arms, compose yourself. That's all you have.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Right. So let's, due to time, let's move quickly into the world of Diamond League. I mean, into the
Okay.
Diamond League, yeah, and see some one or two videos from the Diamond League, which was held in Doha. Right. So just a quick one coming up. All right. So here we go. All right. So this is the 200 meters men's race. Let's see it panned out.
Like 5 and 6. Huh? That's what the speed is.
Yes. So we see Fred Kelly in lane five, already up on Noah Lyles.
Yep.
Noah Lyles going really well
Hmm.
with
See that
Aaron
turn?
Brown trying
Yes.
to
He's
keep up.
banking.
Yeah.
And here comes
and
Noah. Noah has a good finish. I mean, he always finishes fast, but not really
but
today
one
though.
yeah, but one thing that I've realized from Noah Lyles is that
Hmm.
he runs much faster when he's on the outer lanes.
Yes.
When he's on the inner lanes, it
Yes.
doesn't seem to work too well
Yes.
for him.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to work well. Yeah, you see what happened during the Olympics. He
Yes.
actually just crashed out.
His
Yeah.
thing is his concentration.
Mm.
I mean, at least he knows himself. When
Yeah.
there's people ahead of him, he
Mm.
cannot concentrate on his lane. His
Mm.
race is broken. But if he's on the outside, normally he likes lane seven because there's only one
Okay.
person ahead of him. You get past him, now it's just you. He likes to run by himself
Yeah.
in the 200. So when there's disturbance, look, at this point, he feels like he's in front, so he knows what he's doing.
Mm.
If there was somebody else up there, mm-mm, he'll be stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Fred,
Exactly.
Fred is tough.
Oh yeah,
Fred
I
is
think so.
tough.
I'm trying to also bring up the 200 meters race for the women's.
Fred is
Oh,
tough. I mean, let's not forget there is an Olympic champion in here. Andre deGrasse is in the race. Yes,
yeah.
I guess he is planning his season, right? Everybody is like, oh, Andre, listen, Andre is not here to run these one-day races. Like all these one-day races, he doesn't really do much because he's planning his season. Remember, there's world championships, There's Commonwealth Games right after. Everybody forgets Canada is part of the Commonwealth Games. It's Commonwealth
Yeah.
nation. He needs to win stuff. He needs to win. So don't count him out just yet. Don't do that.
Okay, so now we have the women's 200 meters
Oh,
Diamond League.
Gabby.
So we have Gabby Thomas, we have Sherika Jackson against
Yeah.
Asha Smith, against
Yeah. Dina's back.
yeah. So I think the action is more or
Against
less
John
in the
Tomorrow
middle
Shaw,
lanes.
Desiree
Yeah.
Bryant.
Let's see what happens. Okay.
Okay, Dina, look, Dina has the best turn in like out. Listen, she's already
Yeah.
on Gabby.
Yes, exactly.
This curve is crazy.
Already up on her. Mhm.
But
But she doesn't
this
really
is where
have a
things
good
are. Look at
finish.
Sharika. Look
Yeah.
how high Sharika's hips are. Her arms might
Mm.
not be going straight. Look at her hips. She's upright. And
Mm.
here comes the long legs. See, look, if you can compose your look at this composure from Gabby. Hips up, keep driving straight. She's just that's what she's doing. She's not trying to turn her head, she's not trying to wiggle her shoulders, she's not trying to lean forward. She's just going straight.
Wow, what a race. I mean, I wasn't really expecting Gabby Thomas to pick this one. I was thinking
No,
Sherika Jackson. Yeah, I
Gabby's the
wasn't
fastest in
really.
here though.
Yeah.
Sharika's arms needs some work. Her shoulders,
Mm.
her elbows are not going back enough. So it's like short, short, short. So that's how Gabby picked her up because her
Mm.
strides are short. You like if your arm is short, your legs are short.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
your human your body is like a machine. Arms
Yeah.
go wider, legs go wide. In the 200, you need bigger strides because you're already tired.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. All right, viewers. Thank you very much for staying with us for 1.5 hours
Yeah,
of
thank you.
reviews and then analysis on races which took place both in Ghana and in Doha. That is the Open Championships, which was held in Cape Coast, and then Diamond League, which was held in Doha. So this is where we wrap up. So we will see you again next week, same time, 5 p.m. GMT, 7 p.m. CET, 12 p.m.
See, look at
PS
something before we go.
PST.
Look at Dina in lane 4. Look at her
All
right
right.
shoulder. See, she's leaning right. Instead of leaning left, she leans right. That's how she's able to take that turn so good. Look at her right shoulder. She's leaning right. It's hard to do it. It takes practice, but you lean right instead of left. So she's not falling into the turn. She's keeping her body straight. And then she comes out of the turn. She's already on somebody. Yes, she's not in her training yet because she says that it's going to be a long season. So she's not in form yet. But at least how she took the turn, they have to be worried because if she's not
Yeah.
yet there, she's running this fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be scared. That's something coming. Yeah.
Yeah. I
She
think
won
this
last year, remember?
World Championships, Commonwealth Games, we
Yeah.
should be expecting a lot
Yes.
of
She's Olympic
excitement,
champion.
entertainment. Yeah, I think we are going to see we're going to see very fast times during these championships.
Yes.
All
All right,
right.
PK.
Yeah, so it's been a wonderful session with Kelvin Asare, a former student of Achimota School, and who happens to also be an athlete, and then also an athlete and a former student of the University of Ghana, currently a software engineer in the United States of America. So this has been PK Anoba, your host for GH Track and Field Show. We will come your way next week, same time, 5 p.m. GMT, 7 p.m. CET, and 12 p.m. PST. Until then, it's bye bye.
See you.